D, baby. Great song right there. Welcome to the Middle Ground with JLE. I'm Jeffrey L. Edwards, JLE for short. I want to give a shout out to all the musicians out there making good music during this pandemic. I'm working on my second album right now. Got about 5 songs done. What you just heard was Detroit Love from the first album, the JLE Experience. Go check it out. Eventually, I'm working to do a video for that song. Shoot it here in Detroit. It's my first podcast. I'm going to be talking about topics I think you probably heard other podcasts talk about, but how I see life from sports, politics, comics, music, relationships, entertainment, religion. It's been a minute for me to do this podcast because I have debates with people, we have engaging conversations, and I was sitting there thinking, okay, it's on my heart to actually start doing it. So trial and error, just get out there and do it. His friend just told me, Reese, to trust the process. So this is my first stab at it. I'm working to get better at it as I keep doing it. I'm looking to have guest panels, try to use one of these new apps, maybe have people on there and do it that way, or have people come over, have a big enough table to have a round table discussion. So today we want to start off talking about sports. Sports starting to come back. See, the NBA is about to come back end of July. They need time to work out because everybody been on layoffs. The whole world shut down for COVID-19. And it gave you a lot of time to reassess and rethink how you view the world, your dreams and goals, and how do you shift forward after Corona? Because we're getting to a point where the cases are going to stop coming, people are going to get healthier. I'm always praying for people. Just like the Spanish flu left the environment, this will lead the environment, and we'll have a new normal we get back to. As sports are starting to come back, they're starting to figure out how do we go about doing this. I see right now, recently I read that they had another conference call with Kyrie Irving them looking at all the Black Lives Matter protests because of the unfortunate George Floyd death, that they shouldn't come back so they won't distract from the protesting. Then you have some people I read, as Austin Rivers stated, if they come back, they can use those resources when they get them checks to help advance the whole movement. And everybody has seen the video or heard about the movement. I mean, we all God's children. Every life does matter, but Black lives matter too. And that's the main issue, that some people want to go back to the old ways where we weren't considered people. And to me, if you love God, that shouldn't be no type of thought process, because how can you go to church and feel you better than someone because of the color of your skin? If we all get cut, we all bleed red, so we the same team. We should act like that. Maybe we'll get to a day where we are like that, but for right now, people are paying attention more. I mean, Colin Kaepernick took a knee years ago because he saw something, a shooting in San Francisco, I recently learned. And he was doing it peacefully, sitting on the bench, trying to be out the way. A reporter asked him about it, and he told him why he was doing it. Then you had a former veteran, I think an Army Ranger, ask him it's more respectful to take a knee, so he took a knee. And this message got hijacked by a lot of people that didn't want to hear what the message was. There are great law enforcement people out here. I pray for them, but you do got some bad apples that feel because you have a badge, you can beat up people, instead of just arresting them for whatever the situation is and keep it moving. Coming up in Detroit, I've been pulled over many times because I was black, and it's unfortunate. You do have to teach your kids, okay, yes sir, no sir, keep your hands on the wheel. Do nothing to feel intimidating, because there's been, in my opinion, a perception of black males that we are violent. And if you're from a suburb, you never met no black person, and that's all you see. And the music, some that you hear you may believe in soon, that's all black people. So you might feel the cops are justified to be over aggressive and arresting for a broken tail light. When unfortunately that's not the case for other people. And everybody should go home or get arrested and get a ticket if you've done something. You shouldn't have nobody die because you were already coming to the car with your gun drawn. And I remember a time where my homeboy Joe, what up, Big Joe, veteran, appreciate the service. He came home. We got pulled over. He was happy. He ain't been in Detroit in a while. I think it was late 98, early 2000s. And because he was just moving around with his hands in the car, just happy to be home, cop came around to the other side, gun drawn. The cop on the driver's side, because I was driving. My Mustang Luxury, you missed that, baby. It's another story. He like, what's wrong with your boy? And I see through the mirror, the other guy had the gun at his head. I'm like, hey, he's a veteran. He just came home from Air Force training. He's happy to be home. There's nothing wrong. He showed him his credentials. They calmed down. And it left a bad taste in their mouth because he had to remember, yeah, you back home in Detroit. You're a black man. And unfortunately, these things happen. It shouldn't happen. But, we're going to pray, keep giving to the Lord. We're going to shake this off, and we enjoyed our day. Whatever, forgot what we did. And those are the stories that people been saying for a while, and people didn't want to hear it. So now it's impacted the whole world with the George Floyd death. And right now, you can't really talk about stuff in a podcast, in my opinion, without addressing what everyone's talking about. And with sports, you're going to see it. Maybe some people protesting or having shirts made or whatever to show their support. But at some point, maybe we can get to Dr. Dream's goal of judging people by the content of our character and not color of our skin. So, with sports coming back, the Lakers, my team, we got a good shot. I'm not a LeBron fan. I respect everything he do off the court. He is a tremendous talent. My barber is a big LeBron fan. What up, Mark? But him and AD got a good chance. But then you got Kawhi and Paul George with the Clippers. They got a lot of pieces. Now, I just read that the Portland Trailblazers have gotten a lot of their pieces back. So if they make it in, them or if Zion and the Pelicans get in the game, might make it interesting. So you're looking at a world now where you can have the NBA Finals almost in October. It's going to be different, but you're going to have sports. NFL coming back. Maybe the Lions, we start doing some things one day. I believe it's silly, but one day we'll win a Super Bowl. I don't know when. Hopefully I ain't 80, But baseball still trying to work out what they want to do. How many games, people still get paid the amount they want, which I get it. You signed a contract for $300 million. Regardless of the pandemic, you want your bread. I understand that. Owners still got sponsorship, so they trying to find the right number of games to make sure they do the testings, everybody's safe, and they can play baseball. And I've been to a game at the Tigers recently, and it's pretty cool. They took the middle inning out to make it move quicker, and it did. Maybe we get competitive again. I think we just got the number 1 draft pick. I ain't researched the guy, but he got to be sweet. We picked him first. Red Wings eventually come back. And then you're going to have more sports coming back. So the big sports coming back right now would be the NBA. And right now, I guess it really is wide open. Because before, I was watching games, but I was finishing up my degree, so I wasn't watching them too tough. But you did notice certain games that were marquee. You got the Greek Freak in Milwaukee, Giannis. They were doing stuff. Toronto, without Kawhi, was still balling. You had Brooklyn, without KD and Kyrie, was doing some stuff. And then you start having about 4 or 5 Western Conference teams at the bottom making some noise. So it's going to be interesting to see how they come about doing this thing. Most people in Vegas probably bet the Lakers going to win or Clippers. And we live in a world where you can say the Clippers could win a championship. That's crazy. So I know the Lions could do something one day. I'm waiting on my Pistons to get back competitive. Little Caesar Arena is pretty awesome. I like to go to some games and root for them. But, right now, it's like, I don't know. I don't want to go see them get mollywopped. That just, string up the band. That ain't a good idea. So, technical difficulties, my bad. So now we're in the world where the sports coming back. The Michigan theater stuff should be opening, I think maybe next week. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little, Are you really cleaning? Because, a lot of stuff before we took for granted to really clean everything before I go back. But I'm seeing people post and they're going back to the restaurant, bars. You can't live in fear. Give it to the Lord, keep moving. But I ain't like people like that anywhere I go because I want to enjoy the movie. So I wouldn't go late at night. But Black Widow got moved back. A few other movies I wanted to check out, so I don't know. Been to cut my own hair, get on YouTube, figure it out, because I couldn't look like Frederick Douglass. That would just be horrible. The jokes my friends will have. Can't be doing that, but go back to see my barber. Definitely gonna talk smack with him about sports. Cool dude, Mark. And then comics. I see we got Stargirl that came out. They finally gonna do the Snyder Cut. Hopefully it's sweet, because the one at the show sucked. And I'm like, I like Marvel and DC, so give me my Justice League the way the cartoon movies be. I just saw the Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Awesome. Check it out. They need to be doing that in the movies. Don't play no games, go hard, because Marvel, they built a universe. They've been doing it hard all the time. So now it's like, okay, what else y'all gonna do? Shazam was cool. They brought Henry Cavill back for Superman. Okay, that's cool. But then where's my Thundercats movie? Where's my Voltron movie? Where He-Man? There was a lot of great cartoons in the 80s. G.I. Joe could be done a little better than what I've seen. But there's a lot of great stuff they had that could be brought back. And I'm like, okay, where is it? Let's go. I'll pay to see it. I mean, Power Rangers cool, but it was filling a demand for a lack of Voltron. Get your money, I ain't mad. So now, what we got? Have our gyms open back up yet? I think they open, or they about to open. So I'm looking to build a gym in the house and get back to working out tough. So I want to have a look right for the next album cover. And the videos, I gotta look right. Personal preference, but call it swag, whatever you call it nowadays. You want to just look right because you're immortalized with your album cover. Work with a credible producer, Todd Throne, Music Johnson. Dude, phenomenal. Like the Gospel Dr. Dre. They really help you bring your vision to life. We was working on a track, which I came up with a name for it, Call You, where I still got my old keyboard from when I took a piano class in 2000 at 1A State. I'm getting back to my skills because I suck, to really get back into bringing my music concept to where it should be. And once we started layering it with different instruments and different sounds, man, some good music. You sit back like, okay, let's do this. Even I could see the energy, like, something's wrong early, but pray for him. We always pray before we do our session. And just the creativity of it, you just feel the vibe like, oh man, this is about to be dope. Still coming up with the story for it, maybe about, I always try to talk about positive messaging. So if I'm talking about a female, it's gonna be you met your wife and the whole dating process. Now, I'm always gonna rep Detroit. What up, though? Every place else got countless great musicians talking about New York, Cali, ATL and all that, well, Detroit. You know, downtown has been revitalized, Riverwalk, Renaissance, Belle Isle. It's looking good. I want to film my videos down there and give it that depiction. We look right at Canada, another country across the Detroit River. That's a beautiful look. I want to bring that to life with the videos. So I'm going to go back this week and work on it. And there's a lot of incredible musicians in Michigan, you know. When I was a Wayne State music major, man, I met a lot of phenomenal artists. I remember for a music management class, I think it was music business 2. We were tasked with, we was going to be Wayne State Records, and we had to record when Wayne, the American Idol came out and it was big. They had a Wayne Idol back in 2004. And we recorded the top 10 finalists, and the winner, forgot the young lady name, but she won singing Alicia Keys' If I Ain't Got You. And this studio was out in, 9 Mile in Inkster. Nice studio. And he I ain't gonna be recording no one, because he's working a lot of famous people, whatever, but y'all got studio time, get stuff done. Man, Lauren I used to record with, he was more the producer. I was trying to learn from him what you do in the studio. I've kind of read and learned a little bit more about the management aspect, so we get some of the artists come in, tell them challenging because people weren't taking it seriously. They bringing their friends in, had to get on them. But there's one cat, forgot his name, but this dude, I mean, he epitomized what they were teaching to learn ear training, music theory, and piano proficiency. He would literally take the sheet music, which the song was written on, the time signature and all that. We about to do Alicia Keys, give me like 10 minutes. He go, come back, and you thought Alicia was playing. Like, wow, I gotta get on his level. That dude dope. And we got it done. It was a great experience. And that led me to start a recording. And man, first song I made sucked. It was all over the place. Called This Time, but by the third song, Mental Thoughts, had broke up with someone, and I put all that in that song. That was my You Don't Have to Call. And I started finding my niche. Then he moved. I got away from the music. And I met Todd in Student Center. Was working on the testing floor. He handed me his CD. I don't like gospel rap because a lot of them, the whole make of the music didn't sound great to me. But this dude was good. I'm like, okay, where the album coming? Where that at? He dropped the album. I'm like, oh, okay, you produced this? Okay, so where's your studio? He looking at me like, what he's like, I guess I'm throwing seed his way. As the Bible says, speed comes to existence. I'm like, dude, you need to be doing this because I don't like gospel rap, and you are phenomenal. I'm digging this. I started learning about other gospel artists. Then he made a track that I eventually bought and created Jesus Forgave Me, like my autobiography like story. And I'm like, whoa, you made this? Dude, I gotta do this. And then this is when it got funny. Hold on. I'm back. We're still learning everything here with this. But I got in there, he like, okay, let's I think you should rap and sing. I'm like, dude, when me and the squad used to kick me and boys, Tone, Jerome, Claudel, Curtin, I'm like, I used to smoke weed and drink when I did that stuff. I was mad at the world. I can't rap no more. Like, nope, if you did it, the talent's there. Okay. I didn't see his vision at all. So I'm like, probably so. Get in there, first few times. They started saying I sound like a nerd, you sound corny. I'm like, I'm from Detroit, I ain't corny now. Wait a minute, I might be a nerd, but hold on. And I'm like, oh, okay. I started hearing my homeboys, man, like, oh, he want that pop. Okay, he want that fire. I got you. So you hear the first verse, I was upset. Like, you ain't gonna call me no nerd. I can do a little something. I ain't the best rapper, but I can be decent. And when I listen to it now, I laugh. I'm like, oh, he want that Pac sound. Okay, I got you, dog. I'm gonna give you Pac. No cussing, but I'm gonna give you Pac because you gonna respect me on this mic. I ain't gonna come here to play no games. First track I worked on was artist named Substance Surrender with PJ now back in '02. That's when I was still rapping. I wasn't smoking weed all the time back then, but I was still in the floor rapping. So I started learning how you write bars because I ain't gonna lie, I ain't think it was a lot to the rapping, but they're tremendous artists because to write 18 bars that's a lot of work. Writing a song to me is very simple. As long as you get your chorus, because Babyface was the person I looked up to on how the song was told through the chorus. The verse is built up to it. So you can come up with an idea, put that down, boom, boom, you done. Rapping, So we did the song. We started working through the album, and I started having a goal that I want my music to be positive with a banging beat, tell a good story. Not all stories are my experience, but some gonna be a thought of, okay, if I was in that scenario, what would I be thinking? So it can help somebody. And that was like the goal. The first album was if I never make another one, I want to help people. Cover all type of topics I tried to cover. This album is more about the music, just making fun music. See where it go. And so far, I'm like, okay, I just did the song World is on Fire because I wrote that a while ago listening to Ed Sheeran song from the Hobbit movie, I See Fire. And it gave me an idea like, well, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. So when I wrote the song, I had to switch it up. Like, well, given the times, what are my thoughts? And I put a little bit out on my social media platform just to, because I need to work on that better to keep people that are my fan base engaged in what I'm working on instead of just saying I'm working on music, try to give you a snippet of what I'm doing. And this album really just wanted to be about where the music takes me. I want it to be upbeat, not really dark stuff, but more of a musical journey where when it's done, person listens to it, they're like, okay, he took me here, twists and turns, he got me here. Okay. I'm rocking with him. I respect it. And I'm working on a trilogy. The third one, I don't know if I'm gonna call that one yet. But I do want to I did a country song last album, I like country. I'm looking to do maybe some acoustic and a classical song this album because I like all genres. And I try to fuse all of them together to create my sound, which will give you the JLE experience, basically. And I'm still learning, okay, everything you encounter can give you an idea or concept of music. And now I'm looking at the world, okay, I've seen all this in 41 years. What else is about to happen? Stuff that my mom and grandparents, godparents taught me about has come back. Race issues, protesting. But then there was periods where people talked about the good times. I'm looking, okay, so when can we move to that point where, like for me in the 90s, we always at my mom's house hanging out, playing dominoes, kicking it, playing spades, having a good time. You know, maybe the whole world can get to that let's have a party type vibe. And I wrote a book that can be a cartoon series I want to work to get to Netflix. And I don't like typing, but can't be lazy. You got to keep grinding, keep working, keep praying. And I'm a wife right now, Marie Antoinette, for her social media. She wrote an incredible book that had to look at her like, you talking about? Okay. Great book. Let's market it. Let's do it. It could be a series. I even gave her a villain name in there that I want my 20%. You know, she see this, she gonna start laughing, but I want mine. You know, go buy me some toys or something with it, some more music equipment. I don't know, but she got a lot of great talent. She doing her thing. And that's something that I look to do. Work with a lot of people. Whatever you're trying to do, pull those talents together and make it happen. And I know a lot of people look at me probably like, Jeff's very serious all the time, posts a lot of positive Bible stuff. That's true. But I'm also silly too. And the podcast will be coming out of my comfort zone because I do need to keep in touch with family more. I got kind of complacent, being tunnel vision to finish my degree, to get back to the outgoing, kicking with everybody. And through the podcast, we'll be bringing that personality back because I couldn't hang with everybody to finish my business degree. I need to get this done. I'm tired of being in school. I want to be able to vibe with my family, live comfortable where I can be in the studio, working on some other business stuff, and chilling. And not doing homework. Even though along the way, my homegirl Stacey Lynn, Yoda, as I call her, Kim Morgan, she's my coach for math. Stacey Lynn coached me up for the accounting. They got me through, man. I appreciate them too. They family. Because I thought music was hard. Ear training, I had a teacher laughing once. I'm sitting in there, we doing a test, okay. And one of the tests was you get the treble and the bass on the staff paper. And he'd make beats. Like we was doing high school. Me and the squad, we in the table making beats, rapping. I'm like, he on the piano making beats, what this fool doing? And people writing down, I'm like, hey, time out. What you doing? Oh, the beats I make, you got to put down the time signature and what notes there. I'm like, oh, man. Here we go, boys and girls. This ain't going to be good. And I had to start really thinking, okay, well, whole note, half note, how many beats? I'm one of the best at it. Well, I did start learning the concept looking back on it. But accounting and all them classes I took, man, whole nother language. I wasn't the smartest dude with math. I mean, when I look back on it, maybe it wasn't all the teachers. Maybe it was me a little bit. Just not really locked into, because I would always make mistakes in the process of whatever problem I was doing. But through Yoda, Kim Morgan, she really taught me to write it down and step by step. So I took that when I got to accounting, and Stacy really showed me same format to really understand why you doing the financials for this fake company, and the math ain't that hard. Because it can be overwhelming. So I tell anybody in school grinding for whatever degree you're going for, it might get challenging, but keep at it. Go get a tutor. Because God gave you a purpose. Maybe it ain't that field, and you find out it's another field. But when you get into it, it might not come to you easy. So you got to work at it. But you keep doing it, you'll get there. Because I still look at, I got to finish up this one entrepreneurship class this summer semester, and I will finally have my bachelor's. I'm like, wow, all that work, all that sacrifice, all that time. Now what you do? You've been talking like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. I'm like, okay, now you done. Now I got to get them feet like the Flintstones to get to going, because I ain't get this degree not to use it. I made decent money at Wayne State custodian, but that ain't my life. I'm going to have a Fortune 500 company. It's going to take a lot of hard work to get there, but I want to be able to bring my network with me so we can all eat good. So I plan to be at a Laker game at some point, courtside with Jack Nicholson talking smack to the referee. Even the Detroit Pistons game. Even the Lions game, maybe. So I don't know. My Lions, man, I don't know. I'm torn with that one. And I know I'm bouncing around. I'm getting better at formatting. Just stick on this topic, then move around. At this moment, it's more okay. These are topics I want to talk about. Really out of my comfort zone, being in front of this camera recording, and just kick it. And it's weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like wow, once I put this out here, they know my thoughts. Scary. Ooh. People gonna know I'm silly. That's cool. You gotta be you. But I think I got something to share people might want to listen to and learn from. And I'm always trying to learn. When I watch politics shows, comedy, stuff on YouTube, or if someone want to talk about something, let me go research it, just so I learn something about it. You know, even look up space stuff, science. Astronomy class I had, it did make me want to learn what's really out there, but man, that was a tough class. I hear sounds outside, okay. They pop fireworks. So I covered comics, sports, entertainment, health. Need to drink a lot of water. Watch what you put in your body. Get your vegetables, your fruits. Make sure that you can have a long, good life like you want. You gotta do some working out. Me and my homeboy, Yanel used to work out all the time. We both was at Wayne State. I gotta get back on that. So I ain't preaching nobody. I'm gonna tell you what I'm trying to do. Cause I know I'm not perfect. I'm always working at it. Religion. I'm a Christian. I follow God. I believe what that Bible say. But I'm not to the point where I won't chop it up with somebody else from, because I know people from other faiths. I mean, ultimately we all praising God. You might call him something different. Are you trying to help your fellow man be a better person? I think that's the part we get lost when we start set tripping with everybody. Because some people don't care to help nobody. And whenever I see people, if I'm out with signs up, I feel bad I don't have something I can help give them. I don't want to see nobody out in these streets without something to provide for themselves and their family. I don't know, maybe that's just a thing for me, but if I had $1 zillion, I'd try to help everybody with it. Because no one should be out here looking for their next meal starving. It's not cool. I mean, I ain't got much, but probably in some other countries, I might be the 1%. So I always kind of look at it with that humble thought process too. As Bishop Butler always taught me, walk in the blessing, be a blessing, operate in the blessing, pay your tithes, and watch how God shorten your life. And people I done prayed with have gotten better from the virus that had it. Gave them some mental confidence, because I mean, we read about and watch movies about pandemics, but to live through one is another story. That'll mess with your brain cells. Got you drinking, smoking, doing everything, but you always gotta lean to the Lord, in my opinion. And you try everything else, why not try him? I know my father died when I was younger. I ain't like God, because I was like, why he gone? You got all these other evil people here. But as I grew, everybody got a time. That was his. It sucked he wanted to see me graduate, but what I went through and the people, council of elders, I call them, that I encountered that gave me knowledge and game, I was able to pass to other people. So in the bigger picture, the person I became along the way when my father died when I was 12, I may have helped some people along the way and might not have been able to do it had I not experienced that. So I look at it that way, I guess, for perspective in the podcast. And I call this podcast the middle ground because I don't have middle ground. I mean, I didn't really look at the Bible to find a term for it, but I was more how to code. Ain't no in the middle with that. Gone with that bull jab you talking. Get out my face. But I've learned Bible say yeah and nay, so I'm like, yep, I'm right. You wrong. Shut up. I was one of them types when I was younger. But as I got older and mature, middle ground can be, I can see your point of view. Whether I agree or disagree, I can be respectful enough to hear what you're talking about and engage you, because we all are a collection of ideas. When we ain't on some basic, you hate people for this or that, but basic, I see this table being blue, I see it red. Okay. We can meet in the middle and have a conversation. Maybe learn something from each other and keep it moving. I think I covered all the topics. I guess now with this, I need to be more engaged in all these different topics. Politics, oh, I ain't talked about that one. At the moment, from polls I've seen, look like Biden is up by maybe 12% to Trump's. Forgot the actual numbers. I think it was like, 60, 48, something like that. Some undecided. But, I mean, whether you like President Obama or not, in my opinion, because one day I plan to run for president. Because I remember being a kid, I was told, because I'm black, you can't run. So I always felt, well, one day I'm going to do it, just for my satisfaction, win or lose. My wife don't want me to run because everybody can be in my business, but I'm going to run. Maybe start in the lower level, mayor and all that at some point. Still working on that. But Obama left it pretty cool economy-wise. And mostly, from what I follow with Trump, he didn't really touch the economy. He was touching foreign affairs issues. So he could come out and brag about, well, more jobs come out, this, and that, and the other, I'm sweet. Pandemic happened, and it's like we had ground zero, like it was 08 recession. So now what's your plan? And ultimately, that's the same stuff even with Biden. What's your plan? Because everybody kind of feeling, okay, you very divisive, Trump. We don't want you. We need something else. Okay. I don't think Biden will be divisive with all the racial rhetoric, but him and Obama did help restore the country. But, okay, who's your running mate? Because Hillary was the most qualified ever, and didn't nobody want her. But then, who was her running mate? So, who's your number two? How long they been in the game? What type of credentials do they got? I mean, maybe a woman, black or whichever race, but what's your credentials? What you talking about? Because, I mean, I'm an independent, but I lean more to Democrat because when you look at the plan, from what I view traditionally coming up, Republicans have some good ideas, but they too extreme how to implement them. Democrats have good ideas, but they're too leisure with it. I've yet to see a true candidate with the right amount of balance of how to help people and set up parameters so you're not abusing it. And I've yet to see an independent come out that really come with that plan. That makes sense. So I'm voting for Biden because we can't have another 4 years of this. I mean, you can have all the fake news or how you want to spin it, but stuff was put in place where it wouldn't have been that bad when this pandemic hit. But y'all know stuff that we didn't know. And you're supposed to lead. I mean, whether you like George W. Bush, 9/11 happened, he dealt with it. He led. You gotta respect that. Trump waited too long to really respond, which created more issues. And if you don't like him, he come back at you. But he ain't really a Republican. Republicans always talk about domestic foreign policy. My cousin won. We used to always have a lot of political debates, and we talk policy. Okay, well, I had to learn because he was up on that stuff. Okay, what are you talking about? What is a foreign policy? What is domestic policy? Foreign would be how you deal with other countries, because we're a global economy. So how do we all get our fair share in moving goods and interacting with each other so we ain't all trying to fight? Okay? Domestic would be what you're doing within the borders of the United States, as well as dealing with Mexico and Canada. Now, after taking all these business classes, I basically look at it as you are the CEO if you're president, mayor, or governor. You both make sure y'all making money, bills getting paid. Ain't nothing nonsense or crazy going on within the borders of your city or state. You doing that, you got a good chance to sit in that seat. You ain't doing that, no, they ain't gonna mess with you too long. They gonna look at you like you crazy, because they money funny, but you saying you doing a great job, nah. I remember the 90s when gas was 99 cents, and it came back under the pandemic. How about that? But you had money in your pocket. You can go hang out, buy your groceries, pay your bills, fill your tank up, and still have $20 left. We ain't see that again for a while. Had a recession, then bomb come in, he do some work, got a few pennies in his pocket again. Still made money during Trump, but now the pandemic come, it's a reset. Okay, some companies are folding. Hopefully they come back better. But those people are jobs. Over 40 million had to apply for unemployment. And it's still, okay, you saying a second wave coming. What happens after that second wave? Do all these companies come back? Have y'all passed enough aid for them so they can stand on their feet and continue to pay their people? Or you got 40 million people still out of work later this year. We already went to recession in February. So now that becomes the question. What's the plan? And we're in a different era, I guess, civil rights like with the George Floyd, to really look at stuff that's been going on in the black community that were systematic, that shouldn't have been there, that's going to start changing. But even with all that going on, what's the plan? Because you still got to run a business, which America is a business, with little many entities within it. And what is that plan? What are the policies you're going to put in place to make sure it's fair for everybody? And how can everybody make some money and provide for their families? And you're going to have a lot of political posturing. People, I don't get the point of all this attack ass. That's just stupid, but okay. I mean, to me, if you sweet, this my plan, this how I'm implement it, you roll with it or you're not. Compared to, I'm going to say you the boogeyman in all my campaign ads, and because I ain't got a plan. I mean, let's talk about the issues. There's real grown man, women stuff going on the planet we need to talk about, and not all that attack ass nonsense going on. What are you really trying to do with these streets? People need money, they need help, they need jobs, they need opportunities, so they can do what they do, take care of their families, and keep them moving, have a good time. And I think this might be an election as if 08 election was, where a lot of people came out to vote. A lot of people felt Bernie didn't get a fair shake in 2016. They didn't go vote. But now people see the ramifications of not voting. Or you may have voted for Trump or not vote for Hillary because you thought it was funny, or I don't care. But it does care. People died for my people for you to vote. So all black people should vote. And to say, well, it don't matter, yeah, it do. Because whoever you put in on those city, state, federal levels does matter, because they make policies. And if you're making policies that ain't favorable to everyone, you're going to feel the effects at some point. Maybe not that year, but in 2 or 3 years, you're gonna notice a difference. So I'm not a political guru, but you should be able to know enough of what the picture is, what's going on to understand, okay, nah, I ain't messing with you because what you talking about, mm-mm. And I don't know everything about business, but I learned enough in the finance on the classes, economics, okay, to really hear now what they talking about. Like, you selling smoke. That ain't real. Mm-mm. How you gonna implement that? I mean, Bernie came with, ooh, socialism. Let's give people this, give them that, and they thought it was crazy. But in the pandemic, there was a lot of socialist stuff implemented to help people. So we saw it can be done, but everything need to be done in moderation. You need to, I used to love DuckTales. Uncle Scrooge said you gotta earn it. You don't work, you don't eat. That's in the Bible. So I believe in that. You need to work for yours. Getting a handout, that ain't gonna teach you nothing. If I gotta go get it, you gotta go get it. Now, if you're disabled, handicapped, elderly, different circumstances. But you able-bodied, you need to go put some work in. I need to hear your feet hurting because you've been hitting that pavement trying to figure it out. Then I can respect you. Anything different, you just give me an excuse. I don't want to hear about the man. I don't want to hear all that. Did you try? I came across cats, barbershops, in class, everywhere. Man, I can't get it like, did you try? Man, did you try? I'm trying to find a job, trying to do this. Okay. Have you applied? How many no's have you been told? How many emails you got back saying we don't want your help? Okay then, so you do everything. I understand, you need to get it off your chest, how you feeling. We all been through stuff. Get it off your chest, how you feel, I got you. But once you get all that off, we need to start talking and thinking clearly. Okay, how much effort did you truly put in? Because even the Bible tells you got to put some work in before the supernatural kick in. All this job going to knock at your door and hand you a check, that's fake news. There's one thing Trump did give me, fake news. You got to try. And I'm firm believer, as long as you're working, you're doing good. I don't want to hear you can't work nowhere. It might not be what you want, but it's better than nothing. You can always get more. Just get your foot in the door. So I'm looking to see what would be their policies to make sure these 40 million have opportunity to get back to work. Because we are a global economy that has not changed. Even though Trump has talked about we isolated, we ain't on that. No, we can't go back to the 50s. We are a link in the chain. And global supply chain classes, finance, all them classes taught me the same thing. Even some of the people out in the world making money doing this came talking in our class, have all said, still a global economy. So you can't just say U.S. ain't gonna do this. Who's gonna make up that part of the chain? So we can't have that. And we saw it with the recession. We global economy. I think a few countries was it Turkey, Greece somewhere had issues. Everybody had to figure out how they're gonna help them because the chain, you don't want it leaning because everybody ain't pulling their weight. So then we had the turf wars, tariff war. And my global supply chain teacher, he broke that down. The company is not going to pay that extra $5 million for a tariff. They're going to push it to the consumer. So if it costs you, for example, to sell aluminum and ship it overseas for $100, well, this new tariff is going to be $1,500. You ain't account for that extra fee. So now you can't ship your goods. And even though there's been a lot of issues, we don't like China or their practices, but a lot of stuff is made in China. So we gotta work with that country. So the more the tariffs kept coming and jumping, farmers was hit because you can't ship your produce over there because your $100 fee, for example, is $1,500. You ain't make that much to cover that. You can cover 100 to ship your goods, get it back, then have the money. And I'm in class like, wow. And he like, you're going to see the effects of the tariffs quickly. Like, he made, okay, I feel you, but, and you start seeing on the news people complaining about a lot of different industries shipping their stuff. They couldn't do it because it was too much to ship it over there and pay them tariff fees, or vice versa. So that ain't the answer. Because we don't really make everything in America like we once did. Because what was the NAFTA deal? They felt people were too greedy with the union, so they started moving jobs overseas. It was cheaper. And we ain't really brought them industries back to build it here. So now you have all these different industries mostly make their stuff overseas and ship it back because they don't want to pay $15 an hour for a worker in healthcare. Okay, I ain't totally with that idea, but you just trying to triple your profits. You gonna do you. You need to pay them taxes though, what some companies don't do, which is like, we ain't gonna talk about that. I gotta pay my taxes. Must be nice to be a big time company. So I learned with the tariffs, it was a big deal. So now that's died down during the pandemic. Everybody seemed to be helping each other a little bit. Country's starting to recover. Are we gonna get back to the global economy? Sharing ideas, passing goods, reasonable prices to export, import. Because 2021 is around the corner now, and I'm more curious to see, okay, going into after coronavirus, what the world look like. Because you still got truckers shipping goods everywhere, stuff coming in boats, planes, and we can't have no president having tariff wars. That ain't good for everybody. Someone making money, but it ain't good for everybody. So CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, everybody reporting people saying, man, I'm struggling. I was used to these prices to ship my goods, and now I ain't got that $1,500. And that's just a loose figure. I don't know what the true figures are. There was like examples the teacher gave that, okay, that's gonna be her. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I do want to start, whether it be music or other industries I want to work on for a company. I'm really trying to pay attention because that would affect me if I want to ship goods. And I don't want to be paying more. That's like going to the store to get some bread. Now bread, well, if you get the store brand, the cheapest version could be, 80 to 90 cents to $1.30. And they come with the, bread $4. Nah, dog, you quit playing. Come on, quit playing. No, it's $4. I mean, due to these, we had to mark up the price. It's $4 for one loaf of bread. You can imagine what the meat gonna cost: the milk, the eggs, cheese, snacks, condiments. Like, dog, $4 of bread? Oh, nah, this ain't a good look. So we don't want to have them type of pricing. So you do need to vote. Because if the right people ain't in place who only there to get their own money and agendas and not do what they're there to do to help people, you can get some policies that will affect you. And, wow. I've been doing this almost an hour. I'm shocked. I mean, the goal is to be from 30 to an hour with the podcast. And maybe try to see how I can time each segment. But I think I covered most of the topics I want to talk about. Maybe look for the next one. Maybe do one once a month. Or maybe twice a month. Maybe weekly. See how it go. Because I do have a concept where maybe have a panel to a degree discussing topics and ideas. But this means good, bad, and different, crazy, silly, serious, whatever. You got to be you. I'm gonna be working to put this on everything, maybe tonight or tomorrow. Hmm. I know I got a YouTube channel, so I need to start uploading stuff from there. Um, Maybe put it on my Facebook page. I don't know if I should put it on my music Facebook page. Not sure. But definitely YouTube and maybe my Facebook. And see what y'all think of it. I mean, I got a concept of have a song play, have a come in with a monologue, and the topics. Maybe one day might just be one topic, or maybe try to cover more. See if I get more people into it, and just get better and better. I mean, share your comments. Let me know what you think of. Make sure I try to look in the camera more. You know, this is my first trial run, so keep working to get better. Keep learning about more of the topic, what's going on in the world, so I'll give you my take on it. And during this pandemic, praying for everybody. People come out of these hospitals, their oxygen is up, they get healed, their finances are restored, their families are good, their mental health is good. So I believe the Bible says if you speak life and death, we speak life to everything, that the name, blood of Jesus, that you will be healed, top of your head to sole your feet, nothing missing, nothing broken. Families coming together, getting better, working as a team. And maybe keep praying at some point this whole planet can work as a team. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank y'all for having me for 56 minutes. Wow, it's impressive. I'm not scared no more because it was like, oh my God, I'm letting y'all know who I am. I'm vulnerable. I keep these thoughts to myself or just people I know, but the Lord been on me like, you got a lot of talents you need to share. Use all your talents, like the Bible say, give it to the world. So, we signing off, and I'm get to put it up and see what y'all comment. Let me know what you think of it. Y'all have a good one.